Computer? I don't know that word.
An electronic or mechanical apparatus capable of carrying out repetitious or complex mathematical operations at high speed. Computers are used to control, process, perform, or store.
Enough! Let me kill him. He's really beginning to irritate me.
You've been looking forward to the upgrade of the holodeck. Captain, you need the diversion.
Dixon Hill.
Program desired location.
Earth, United States, San Francisco, California.
Time period.
1941. File Dixon Hill. Private detective.
Enter when ready.
Computer, request all biographical information on fictional character Dixon Hill.
Working.
It was raining in the city by the bay. A hard rain.
And when I looked down into the street, I actually saw automobiles.
Where's Captain Picard?
He's being interrogated. They think he committed a murder.
Why aren't we all being interrogated? Maybe I should go and help him.
No, relax, Doctor. He's having the time of his life.
Well, why should he have all the fun?
My name is Cyrus Redblock. I hope you don't mind us dropping in.
You are hired to locate a certain object. I demand to know what you have done with it. I assure you, this is not a game.
For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. Newtonian truism, which you've obviously neglected.
I am not Dixon Hill. I just look like Dixon Hill.
It is you who are not real, sir. It is you who are imaginary characters derived from a work of fiction.
I admire your skill at trying to obfuscate our sense of reality.
I don't want to hear any more of this. You're making me crazy. Let me shoot them, Mr. Redblock.
Senseless killing is immoral. Killing for a purpose, and quite often ingenious.
What is our purpose?
We are on a quest for knowledge, Mr. Leach. We want the item.
We don't have it.
Captain, the exit.
That's it. That's the way into our world.
Can one enter your world, return to this one simply by stepping through?
Oh, yes. Allow us to help Mr. Whalen, and we will return with the item.
You really are a scamp, aren't you? What is this? What are they doing? They can't do this to me. Don't they know who I am? I'm Cyrus Redblock! Cyrus Redblock!
Tell me something, Dix. When you've gone, will this world still exist? Will my wife and kids still be waiting for me at home? I honestly don't know. No. She's a lady, all right. And her name is Enterprise.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime gal. Send me a kiss, my wire. Baby, my heart's on fire. If you refuse me, honey, you'll lose me and you'll be left alone. Oh, baby, telephone and tell me I'm your own.
Anyone else not surprised at all that Patrick knows the entire song by heart of that? I mean,
that's why we love him.
I hit that.
Yeah. That's why we love him, folks.
Welcome to episode 12 of Next Generation's First Generation, a Star Trek commentary podcast. I'm Patrick Delmore.
I'm Sascha Shouties.
And I'm Matt.
Yay!
Tonight we're watching the Peabody Award-winning episode of Star Trek The Next Generation, the first holodeck heavy hitter. It is The Big Goodbye. We got our DVD, the standard edition, paused here on 1 second in as the Enterprise purples its way through purpley purple space.
Purple space. I am really looking forward to this episode, Patrick. This is one of the best.
So we're going to hit play at 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
First officer's log.
Riker's log.
Contrast issues again, solved nicely in the HD version.
Wow. It's like Star Trek Nights in here. Okay, so this is the one where Picard has to do an exact greeting to these aliens and speak in a very specific way.
And if he doesn't get it right...
For no reason I can conceive of, Troy is showing him how to do this. Data could do this so much easier. Data could just Bluetooth into Picard's ear and have him do this completely correct.
Right. We're still downloading things, though.
Yeah.
So, Troy, this is where Troy kind of works her administrative assistant role here on the show.
He couldn't be over-preparing. They just said he couldn't be over-preparing.
Hey, I think we just saw the crystal on his desk.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, Matt, we saw the crystal.
Yeah, to this day, I still haven't actually seen it in its full.
It's very obscure.
Just the tip?
Yeah.
Careful now! We're about to go to the holodeck.
United States, San Francisco, California. Time period. 1941. AD. File or access code.
I love it.
Dixon Hill. Private detective.
Now, if he just said Dixon Hill Private Detective, why would he have to give the location and the date?
They're still figuring out how it works.
I love it. Look, it's the ship cleaning itself.
Yep. He goes in to find Carol Burnett, ending her show, and now it's Picard time.
I love it.
Yeah.
I always saw it as an opportunity for Star Trek to be something that it's not when they go on the holodeck. The characters can play other characters, which I always thought was kind of paradoxical.
Now, my first holodeck episode it was definitely Elementary, My Dear Data, which will be in the next season.
Yes.
I didn't learn about Dixon Hill until I saw a trading card of Dixon Hill.
Where he's in his cap and trench coat.
Yeah.
They did such a great job on the set, too, with the mirror burn in the back. They had a lot of fun with this.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see the captain's legs.
Yeah, she's got a type because we're gonna see this lady's legs, and nice is. There's nothing wrong with her legs.
Look at Picard. It's like he just stepped into another life. Like, I'm here. This is really my place.
That would have been how they should have described it. Nothing wrong with those legs.
She's smoking, though. I hate it when
she could be Mona's sister from Who's the Boss.
I just hate it when hot women smoke. It just destroys the hotness.
Well, smoking was sexy in 1941.
Yeah. I can't tell if she's sexy or not because she's all covered up. Yeah. Well, I can tell when someone's sexy when they have their clothes on. Well, that came out a little awkward.
Yeah.
There we go. So, no Nebula, but it is a good episode.
Goodbye. I hate to leave you planets, but I got you anyway. Farewell. We're gonna fly the Enterprise around the universe today.
I can't believe it. Mr. Patrick and Mr. Matthew, This episode originally aired January 11th, 1988.
Oh, wow.
We're in a new year. Yep. I just realized we jumped from 1987 to 1988.
So three days before my 6th birthday.
Wow. This is featured music by Dennis McCarthy. He obviously was not fired for doing his bad work on Haven. Reference the previous episode. Written by Tracy Torme. Torme.
So yeah, by the time you hear this episode, if we have held to our plan of releasing these concurrent to the date they were actually released, this will have been sitting on Facebook for a while before it went on iTunes. And
Happy New Year!
Yeah, Happy New Year!
Woo! 2018!
We ought to be better than 2017.
Yeah, we were back in early October, worrying about whether or not our president would resign or not. I'm sure that question has been settled for the ages now, and
I'm just worried about Halloween costumes.
Yep.
We are the Buddy Bears. We always get along.
Yeah, we were talking about. I was talking about dressing up as a barbershop guy, and then I was like, I know 3 people of 3 separate sizes that could do Buddy Bears or something from Garfield. Look it up, kids.
Oh, you will get a nice cold splash of the 90s when you look up Garfield and Friends.
Now,
look at all the little hairs on his head. Oh my gosh. Yep. Did he forget to put on scalp wax?
He was a trendsetter. You know, Larry David is making money looking like this.
Yeah?
Not with the...
Well, look at Larry King.
Yeah.
Larry King on Star Trek.
Get used to the internet. It'll be around forever.
I haven't said yes yet.
So there's a murder investigation. This nice young lady wants Picard's help.
Young lady is being very generous.
Very generous.
She's younger than me, and she's younger than him. So
how old is she?
She looks like 28, 29,
no.
30.
38, maybe
like
39.
One of 3 people in this room is wearing glasses, and it's you.
I'm sorry.
Maybe it's the standard definition that we're watching this in that makes you say that.
It's the fuzziness is ironing out the wrinkles. I don't know. How do I get out of this awkward conversation? Look, Justman! There's a guy named Justman on the show. And Rick Bierman! We know him from somewhere.
Well, Robert Justman was was one of the original producers.
And look, Torbe!
Star Trek.
Yep.
Hey, look how we're not talking about the lady anymore.
Yep. we here at Next Generation's First Generation have a bad habit of making comparative comments about women.
We're really bad at it.
Yeah, we really are. And if you've sent in a letter about it, hopefully we will address that and make our apologies.
You know what would fix that? We got to get Jen back on the show.
Yes.
That's odd that car is driving into the building.
Yeah. The perspective was really weird on that.
I like that green lamp. I have one of those.
All right.
Found it at a garage sale.
I think everybody found one at a garage sale at one point in time in their life.
So this episode is really neat because it brings up the possibility of sentient AI.
Yes.
One of the last scenes, I don't feel bad talking about it, even though we're just watching it now, is that one of the last things the character asks before they shut it down is, when you leave, will I still exist?
Yes.
And that struck with me there. Very
now,
cool.
Data is...
Wait, he's got holographic lipstick on his lips.
Yeah, that's a weird thing. It's like water will actually get you wet in the holodeck.
Yeah, they explain that by talking about how it employs parts of the replicator technology too, where like if you were to have, I guess, a cheeseburger on the holodeck, it would somehow replicate.
Yeah, but then it's like for hollow suites and stuff. Does that mean that?
No, we just missed something really bad. he actually saw an automobile. But they have had land vehicles in this show. They haven't showed them, but they talk about them. They do exist.
The sights, the sounds, they're everywhere and all around. I've never felt this good before.
Why is Wesley in this briefing?
Yeah, and why is everyone just okay with her just
And
fondling
Wesley,
Pat McCart's
when you
face?
turn 18, you can use the red holodeck. Isn't that right, Dr. Crusher?
Yeah, she was kind of pulling a mom move there. Yeah. Cleaning the lipstick off his lips. Oh, it's still on there, too.
This is where they grab their ultimate red shirt. Waylon is going to come with us. You all know Waylon. Such a fine fellow.
So Gene Roddenberry was toying with the idea for a detective novel. And Torme...
Anyone notice also that Riker was sitting there with his feet up on the table?
Yeah. Oh, he puts his feet up on everything. So anyway, they were playing around with the concept of a detective novel with references to the Maltese Falcon. So that's kind of building around the framework of this episode. And we actually bring in Lawrence Tierney. Am I saying that right?
Yeah.
Who's actually been in those types of films before. So we're going to have a lot of fun seeing him.
It graphically demonstrates what happened when that captain offended them.
Captain Picard is familiar with that data.
Should we not rerun it?
So,
Data.
Basically, I guess the reason Data wasn't teaching him how to talk to the Harada is because he was more interested in telling him the consequences of failure.
And you can see in 5 seconds in where the captain of the previous ship gets horribly decapitated and his brain sucked through a straw. Now, Captain Picard, I insist that you watch this footage.
Yeah, which is
forward
funny because
and backwards.
He wouldn't think about this. If he went into that situation, Picard talking to the Harada, that's like, if you screw this up, we get to kill you. He would, number one, he wouldn't agree to it initially. But once he had, he would have to follow through. It sounds like he already has.
Yeah.
Working.
Speed reading.
Processing.
Green.
Loading.
Oh, look, you can see his
loading,
reflection in the glass. That's kind of cool.
Oh, no. Your head explode.
Yes, he's using the Kindle app on the Enterprise.
Yeah.
Of all stories involving said character.
Speed reading
Like,
data.
he's not as cool as Sherlock Holmes. Increase speed. Increase speed.
It's like going through microfiche at fast forward. Do you ever do that in the library?
You know, it's sad when you're in a scene where Data is doing something that R2-D2 could do in a second.
Oh, we don't talk about that.
Okay.
We don't let the two streams cross.
Yeah.
It's Waylon.
Hey, everybody, it's Waylon.
He's wearing a bow tie. Oh, he looks good.
Yep.
It looks great in the HD. You can see the texture on the fabric.
Yeah, literally in the HD version, it's like they took a squeegee and just cleaned this whole screen off.
Oh, it's just terrible. Everything's so dark.
So this cityscape is actually a New York cityscape on the Paramount lot that they used.
Oh, I'm not surprised. Oh, they're supposed to be where? San Francisco?
Yeah. San Francisco in the
1941,
40s?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the perspective's all wrong in the hallway there. That's alright. So cool! It's a whole new world. Amazing
Those
place.
automobiles you were talking about.
To stub your
Just
knee.
my car.
Oh, the NRA.
Like you said, there's an NRA poster in the background.
Wow. Hey, kid, you want to buy a newspaper? It's 10 cents for a nickel.
That's did not stand for the National Rifle Association.
No.
that had to do with the relief organizations that Roosevelt was running at the time.
We've seen him before.
Yes.
Who's that?
Well, he was in Gremlins. He was grandfather. What is that actor's name? I have to see him again.
Dick Miller.
Yeah.
He was in a movie called Bucket of Blood.
He's in a lot of good stuff. He is famous that guy.
He is a PhD in psychology.
Huh.
Go figure. Cleveland! Well, this is great because you can inappropriately engage these characters and they'll redirect you back onto the plot.
Yeah.
And they just think, you must be goofy.
Yep. It's a, yeah.
I love it. It's kind of like in modern day video games that have a storyline.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just like, yeah, okay, that's fine. Hey, do you want to buy my wares?
Yeah.
You know?
Like maybe you should try to find out where they took that pearl.
Uh-oh. Yep. His lady got murdered. I need to work on my sensitivity training. Aww.
Well, look what the cat dragged in.
Cat?
Yeah. Where the hell did he come from? South America. Can't you tell?
We come from France.
Yeah.
Wherever you're from, while you're in my town, you keep your news clean.
Oh, Data. I love him.
He read all the stories but picked up none of the vernacular.
Don't apologize, Ann. Where were you last night? Between 10 and midnight. That would be a bit hard to explain.
I was on my starship, learning how to say hello to a bug.
The future? I've already been.
This won a Peabody Award?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Apparently back then we handed those out like Skittles.
Apparently it's the only Star Trek episode to win a Peabody Award. What is a Peabody Award? Is it for eating your vegetables?
Excellence in television. The West Wing is a show that won Peabody Awards. The Daily Show has a ton of Peabody Awards.
You're telling me that out of all the episodes, this one won it?
I think there were some fans on the Peabody committee.
Oh.
Hey, pink light.
Okay, this is the original explanation. When you break the ship, when the holodeck's on, you're stuck in there, and all the safeties go down.
And we know there's something wrong because the door started to open and close.
Pipe it through.
Oh, I know this voice.
She was the little lady that escorted the Dauphin to the ship.
That's right. See? I'm glad between the two of us we can sniff it out. That's a great episode.
Yeah, I think that's the season 2 episode.
Second season, yeah. I had a crush on that.
Oh, she's a cutie patootie. Damn it, we're doing it again.
Oh, quick, call my wife.
Yeah. Welcome back to Next Generation's First Generation. Rate the ladies who look like our mothers.
Oh my gosh.
Speaking of which, it's Dr. Crusher.
Now, that would be your first cue. Don't go in there. The doors won't let you in.
Do not go in there. Woo!
You know, I've heard stories of the guys running those, like the actual grips running. Yeah. Well, it wouldn't be a grip. It'd be some kind of stagehand. Operating the doors, and they'd miss the cue, and people would run into those things. Be a great way to mess with an actor. Oh, there's
she
Data.
would just walk in at whatever point of the story that the characters are in. But they make it look like she has to wander all over the place.
I really like her bad acting she's about to put in.
Yeah.
Well, putting them on ice.
What is he, a fish? A murder?
She can't wait.
It could belong to anyone. Not anyone, in fact, but me. Why, I could make a Christmas tree and there's
See, now, that woman there, that would be an attractive woman with legs, not that other one from The Office.
I'm not saying. I am not saying. There you go, Tits. There's a great scene in here where she accepts some bubble gum and tries to swallow it.
Just have to tell us again. From the top.
5, 6, 7, 8. What do you know?
Oh, very good. I read all this before, you know. It's absolutely as it should be.
You gotta get back into character, Picard. They think you did it.
I can't find the captain, sir. I told you he's in the holodeck. I'm at the holodeck. Something's gone wrong.
I can't open the doors. I'm not in costume. Ooh, he should go and get into costume, and then the doors will let him in.
Yeah. So it's not that he can't find the captain. He knows where he is. He just can't communicate with the captain. It's fairly obvious where he is.
Yeah.
Oh, God, look at how bad the edge of that was. You see that when the ship flew through?
It was terrible.
Sasha, take over. Daddy got to get his drink on.
I've studied all the technical manuals on the holodeck, sir. I think I can be of some help with them.
Well, you know what, Wesley? Tap, tap. Hey, a technical manual. Your knowledge means nothing to me.
Well, this is the line from the last episode. Good luck with that.
Yeah. Studying.
She just didn't want him on the bridge.
Yeah.
I'd much rather have him play with the computer game than fly the ship.
As the turbolift doors are closing, she yells, "No tag backs!"
Yeah.
Well, you know, it makes perfect sense to have Wesley down there, because this is the equivalent to, like, the PlayStation 4 here on the ship. Wesley would know the system inside and out before anybody knew even how to turn it on.
Yeah, he's the young kid that knows about technology.
I almost wish they did a police squad spin on this.
Oh, God, that would be great.
Can you imagine Frank Drebin interacting with Data? Oh, he'd misdirect him.
Leslie Nielsen had one of the greatest voices in the history of voices.
Oh, yeah. The closest we ever got to that was in Airplane 2. I think Leslie Nielsen was in that, wasn't he?
Oh, with William Shatner?
Where they go to the moon?
Yeah, he and Shatner interact in that. I believe.
Oh, look at this sleazy guy. Take this gum.
People tell me I look like Jerry Van Dyke.
See.
I got 2 tickets for the dance tomorrow night.
I just have
The Dance?
Yeah.
I haven't heard of that band.
She ain't picking up what you laying down, dude.
Where's it here? We'll just pull out the cartridge and blow in it a little bit.
Can you see the bubble, Wes?
Down, down, left, right, A, B.
Yeah. Let me see if my Game Genie will fix it.
I gotta ride my bike to Steve's house. I left it over there.
We can't get the captain out, but he has unlimited free for it continues now.
Yeah.
Now, originally, because we've seen them pull that device out before, I thought it was to look at the simulation, like a bird's eye view, what's going on in the room. It didn't occur to me they're looking at the circuitry.
Yeah, which is just really weird that they would be doing. Like, I'm going to look line for line with what's basically a microscope. And I can figure out what's wrong with this by looking at the circuits.
It's a software problem. How are we going to fix it? Hardware.
I actually think it would be interesting if they did have a way to look into the holodeck, but all they see is, Picard, and the other three standing around. And also, it would have been cool if Data
yes!
couldn't interact with it on the level that everyone else could. And the same with Geordi.
Yeah. Sorry, I have to interrupt. That was a beautiful cultural roadblock he ran into. Picard just tried his first cigarette and coughed it up. I hate smoking. I used to smoke. And I think it's weird to see smoking in older TV shows. So
that would be hilarious that if he inhales because the replicator makes it actually replicated nicotine in that, and he develops secondhand like a smoker's cough because of all of his holodeck play.
COPD.
Data's behind him trying to figure out how a payphone works. I think we got married.
See, this is one of the few romantic scenes these characters share. Friendly romance. I really wish they had hit it off. Warm fuzzies right here. They never really look at each other like that again.
We are on the Enterprise.
Oh, yes. Of course.
This guy's like, ooh, boy, am I going to have some juicy gossip to tell the wife. Captain and the Doctor were nose to nose. I just stood there behind them looking. They didn't care.
Mind if I join you?
I need you as a witness, sir.
Yeah, me too, boss. I'd love to take a gander.
They're both like, oh, we have company with us. So I'm sorry, I interrupted you with that smoking bit, but you said it'd be cool if you could look in and see they're all standing around.
Yep.
Okay.
And that Geordi wouldn't be able to see the holodeck in the same way. And that Data would just be like, not interacting with things there, but being like, okay, these are just, light bursts and voices.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, but I can understand Geordi not seeing it because he sees things in different spectrums. But Data's optical processors would pretty much be like the human eye. And so he'd see it, but it would be more him like being just really awkward around holograms.
This right here is Harvey Albert Jason as Mr. Leach.
Any word from the Horizon?
He was on Jurassic Park, Lost World.
Oh yeah, he was the Does Feel Heavy?
I guess.
Make and Break. Oh no, he was in Lost World?
Yeah.
No, I don't know who he was in Lost World. I thought he was if those are heavy, that means they're expensive. Put him down, guy.
He was Pinky in Rich Man, Poor Man.
Oh, yeah! No. Pinky.
And Harry Ziff in Captains and the Kings.
He's trying to do Peter Lorre, and he's doing a really poor job of being Peter Lorre.
I'm okay with this. I don't know that you're lethal. I'm just gonna check my bow tie and shirt.
All right, Buster.
This is not a game.
Yes, it is. I created you.
You'll never find it. Now, give me the gun.
Okay. That actor looked like he'd never fired a gun before.
Well, I think that was the point.
Yeah.
So,
it's too real. It's too real.
The whole safety protocols with the holodeck working like that, so what it would be is it wouldn't be a projectile and then have a bullet there, because it has to be projected from somewhere. Literally, all that they would have to do to make it so that he wasn't hurt anymore and cauterize it would just be to figure out where the source of the bullet was, take a quarter and tape it against the wall.
Yeah. Hey, look.
Or
you've got him on the floor.
Or shit, move him somewhere where it couldn't be inside of him anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that would be removing the bullet. You'd still have the wound.
Yeah, it would be again it wouldn't have hit him like a bullet, like a projectile would.
Indy, you must go to the temple and find the cup of Christ.
It would essentially be like a high-powered magnifying glass where a laser was burning him in the chest.
Yeah. I really want to see Dr. Jones here find the cup.
Yeah.
The grail for him.
But in the Greek alphabet, Jehovah
Begins with an I.
Yeah, so I was thinking about your holodeck problem. So, did the holodeck replicate a real bullet in that gun and fire it, or did the force field push itself into the guy's stomach?
From how he reacted, yes, they replicated an actual projectile and somehow were able to shoot it at him, which doesn't make any sense.
Well, the way they've explained it is they use holographic technology and they use force fields. So basically, it would be like a force field with a holographic overlay of a bullet coming at him. So the force field is a solid object, so it would be a solid object entering him, and then I guess technically still being in there.
Yeah. Data just has no idea what's going on.
As opposed to a laser beam coming out and hitting him.
Yeah. But at the same time, what we said earlier is that when you water gets you wet, so why can't it be, if it's real water, why can't it be a real bullet?
Yeah.
Oh, there he is.
Joshua.
Cyrus Redblock. Cyrus Redblock!
We're here to have dinner with my daughter.
Yeah.
So rumor has it he was not nice to Will Wheaton on the set.
Yeah.
Remember you sent it away with that sissy kid outside I saw.
He was a little wiener when he was a little kid, though.
Oh, yeah, obviously, Will Wheaton was not captain of the football team.
That hat does not make him look like a tough guy, though. It's like the suit, yes, but the hat has kind of got this whole, like, Otisburg.
He got it on his trip to London.
Yeah.
It's a trophy. It's really funny how this gangster pontificates on being the gentleman gangster.
Yeah.
Always being nice, not breaking composure. There are actually gangs that do believe in that, but will still very much mess you up when you don't play the game.
Mm-hmm.
For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction.
Sure.
Newtonian truth, which you obviously neglected.
Did they call it Newtonian physics back in the 40s?
Yes.
Okay. Oh. You could have hit him in the head with
Einstein
that
was very much alive and working at the time, but yeah, he would not have, this guy would not have studied Einstein's theory on anything, so he would have still had the Newton version of the universe.
That's right.
Which is funny because it's like really the Enterprise conforms to the Newton version of the universe, where it just goes along on a track. See, in the Einsteinian version, the Enterprise would, displace things, like it's in water. Things that are around it would move, but if in the Newtonian version, it's like it would have to actually physically bump something.
Dixon Hill was originally named Dixon Steel in reference to In a Lonely Place, 1950 film starring Humphrey Bogart.
I have that movie.
Any good?
Oh, it's great.
We should watch it during the break.
Okay.
So, one of the things that you noticed while we're releasing these episodes to their anniversary date, production takes pauses from time to time, so we've been thinking about doing some film reviews too. If you have any suggestions on things you'd like us to watch and review, please email us.
Yeah, we're going to try and keep it to relevant to the time period and relevant to things seen in this. So, if it's movies that have these actors in them that came out around that time, or movies that came out in that era.
Ooh, does that mean we get to do, oh shoot, what's that? Not Time Cop. It was, Judge Dredd, I think, came out during about the same time as STNG.
I think, the original Stallone Judge Dredd, I want to say, is 94 or 95. So that's
not till like season 5, season 6.
Yeah.
Oh,
The final
man.
season was 93, 94.
Well,
We
we're
might
doing
have
Judge
some-
Dredd, and we have to do Demolition Man.
Oh, yeah. Cold as Haagen-Dazs. Please, I want to kill him.
Yeah.
I want to eat his blood.
Yeah, well, I would nominate Miller's Crossing just to see the contrast between how John Turturro plays the Weasel character and this guy plays the Weasel character.
Again, with the funny accents.
Yeah.
I think in the last episode, Haven, we had someone with a Swedish accent.
Yep. Who I did again did the Tommy Wiseau voice on.
What is our purpose? We are on a quest for knowledge, Mr. Leach. We want the item.
The item.
We don't have the item. Sure.
This is the second episode directed by Torme.
I think the one we just watched was directed by Torme.
That was the first one.
Yeah, so we record these two at a time, and we just before this watched Haven.
Rob Bowman was originally scheduled to direct this episode, but because of problems with data lore, they switched it around. Data lore is coming up, huh?
Yes, it is.
Waiting to the last moment. Testimony is all. All right, first, I'll explain. First, tell Leach to back off. Put the gun down.
He looks just as stupid without a hat as he does with one.
Wow, that's a really black background. Where are they?
Yeah.
That's in the office?
Yeah, it's one of those.
It might have just shot all of his stuff separately.
That maybe he wasn't in that
Particularly
day.
cooperative, yeah.
Oh no, it's bad contrast. Yeah. It's a dark corner. Darn it.
Your words eloquent. I don't have to tell you.
So the scene is kind of ground to a halt here.
Yep.
Yeah, they've gone way too much into the dialogue of them just standing and talking.
You know, not to jump ahead, but you're going to see this done much better with Professor Moriarty in a similar... She looks incredibly relaxed. She's like, no matter what happens, I have a commission.
Mr. Tierney was also on Reservoir Dogs, too, by the way.
Some other guy on some other job is Mr. Black.
Hey, that was Worf! We saw Worf!
Yay.
He looked surprised.
Worf.
We've been missing Worf.
Roar!
Yeah.
Kapla!
I don't know if I should, sir. If this isn't done correctly, the program could abort, and everyone inside could vanish.
So basically what he's saying is, if we turn off...
What, everyone inside?
Isn't that kind of what we want? Is all the holographic shit to just disappear and be done with?
No, but we want Picard to stick around, because he has to give the speech.
We can find a way of getting him to our sick bay by fixing our computer.
I never understood why turning off the power was such a bad thing in holodeck episodes.
I mean, it would be somewhat shocking, but you'd get used to it. It's just like when your headphone cords get pulled out all of a sudden and you didn't expect it.
Would be more interesting, because the holodeck is a big 3-story room.
Yeah.
They're maybe on the second or third story in a building.
About a plinth or
It'd
something.
be so much easier if Wesley said, well, they're on the 3rd floor of this building in the simulation. If we turn off the power, they're going to fall to their death.
Yeah, that famous game we've never seen, Parisi Squares. This irritates me to no end. So they're like, they can just leave. He has to make this speech. But he's like, I need to continue interacting with this thing. And he really doesn't.
Well, no, they've got an armed goon and his injured guy on the floor.
So at this point, yeah, if you really need to end up trigger, like, oh, come with me, the item's over here. And then just have them all rush out suddenly. It's just... Yeah, I agree with Pat. It's just this needless...
Now, where's the team? Where's Wesley and Riker and LaForge? Like, they should be right there around the corner.
And can't they figure out even if they're not right around the corner, like this is some second entrance, haven't they figured out at this point that, hey, look, one of the other, it's like, you know, like one of the other doors is open.
The other thing is that we already know that, with the exception of heat vision and being able to fly, Data can do everything Superman can do. Like, he should have... Oh, and didn't he smash a gun in this? He crushed a gun in his hand in this. So
he's also bulletproof, which we've already seen too.
Yeah.
So at this point, he just
knock all these guys down.
Data's too much in character. But Picard didn't want to mess up his cosplay, so they let the guy get shot.
And this is a different kind of holodeck than we will see later, where there's some sort of projection going on outside.
Oh, there they go.
Fizzles out.
The slow fade. What's your name? What's your name?
Why not?
Who are you? No kidding.
Wait, all of a sudden the simulation just starts coming back down again.
Oh. Dana, you could have done that 20 minutes ago.
Oh, now he crutches.
Yeah. Thanks, Mr. Too Late Now.
I had to do it, but it had to look cool.
Yeah. Only if it was funny.
Now think of the pressure he had to apply so he didn't accidentally, decapitate that person as he punched him.
Throw him over your shoulder like a continental soldier. Let the blood drip slowly down. I know that's an actual suit and not a holodeck suit, but yeah, just get blood all over it. It's fine. Beverly, we have a blood washing machine of some kind on the ship, right?
This is a really sad
Yeah, so the guy's got a bullet wound, but yes, let's by all means walk him, to sickbay, not a site-to-site transport for emergency.
Or just call a medical unit down there.
Right, no, we're gonna carry him and walk him.
They're gonna come pretty fast. The captain's there.
Yeah. I mean, in all reality, they would have a security team and a medical team.
Yeah.
Already waiting at the door just in case there's something wrong.
This right here is the saddest thing that I think I can ever think of. This guy wants to know if he's going to go home to his wife. See his kids.
I have to go. This is the big goodbye.
Oh, they said the title.
Ding! Oh, Dix, you're a heartbreaker.
You gone.
Will I be here?
Will this world still exist?
There are lots of reassuring answers to that question, like, do you, have you existed previously when I wasn't there? So something's compensating.
Yeah. Do I die as an individual when I fall asleep and become a new individual when I dream?
Whoa. Whoa. You ever really looked at your hands? Looked at them? They call them fingers, but they don't actually thing. Oh, there they go.
Oh. And Picard gets asked this question by holograms too many times. Yeah. 3 times. 3 times! And he always walks away.
Did you just call her Teresa? That would be funny. You just walked into scenes and called the bridge officers by their wrong names.
What's up, Steve?
Yeah.
I'm George. Yes, that's fine. Whatever. How long have you been here? I've worked for you for 3 years.
Click, 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 beep, beep, click, clickety, click, beep.
So this is the B plot catching up, where he has to give the...
Oh, Troy's proud of him.
Yay!
There's another Last Crusade reference.
You have chosen wisely.
Wow, Troy.
What's all that clapping?
Yeah.
We find that highly offensive.
Oh, unlike the guy at the sickbay, he does.
It was raining in the city by the bay. A hard rain.
You can hear a lawyer in there.
Yeah. He's got to take off your cover on the bridge.
And step on what?
Why doesn't he just wink at that point?
Look at that planet. Oh, it's a terrible planet.
So essentially what they did is they warped here, said hello, and then immediately left.
So,
pretty much.
So basically what we have here is a good idea that was done better later on the same show.
Yep.
This is the prototype episode. Yep. They set it up. It gets better. So this gets one of many it gets better stamps.
So how many Dixon Hill chapters would you give this?
Honestly, only 2.
Only 2?
I was bored watching it when I watched it before, and I was bored watching it this time doing the commentary.
I loved it. I'm going to give it at least 5 chapters.
All right.
We see Dixon Hill again in the future, and he only adds to the character. I don't want to spoil it, but it was really neat. They fully explained the physics for holodecks and how they work, and more specifically how they break. And the only way, let's say they set the foundation for holodecks as no matter what goes wrong with the holodeck, you have to resolve the plot in order to get out alive.
Yes.
And that's tried and true. Actually, I'm a liar because they didn't resolve the plot here. They had the lead bad guy walk into the hallway and disintegrate
it resolved its own plot.
Yeah, so there we go.
It's like a 24th century Jumanji, essentially.
Oh.
you get in there, and if you don't play the game, then people just start dying off.
What do you rate the episode?
How many chapters?
I'm gonna give this 1. I go into it thinking, hey, this is cool. It's the holodeck. We saw it on the counter at Farpoint. Do a jungle. Now we see something complex, and then they just kind of crap all over it.
Oh, okay.
It's one of those, you had a lot you could do, but it was one of those, it's like when you get a brand new toy or a new, fancy thing, and you don't bother reading the instructions.
Yeah.
And so we're just going to wing it. We don't actually know anything about holodeck.
Except Wesley. Wesley apparently read it.
Yeah. Wesley's that one kid who gets the Super Nintendo on Christmas morning and spends all day reading the manual and doesn't actually play the games.
I'm sorry, but no. Alright, when I was watching this, I owned an Amiga computer, and I played Marble Madness on it, and I knew everything about that game. And I just had so much fun. And aside from my Amiga, we had a Commodore 64, and when I saw this episode, I thought, they are in a full immersion video game. And that was even before we knew what full immersion was. I mean, I didn't call it that, but I highly recognized they are playing with computers. It was great. It really excited me. And I'm still pretty buzzed.
One more time, we will say Happy New Year to our audience. Welcome to 2018. And we look forward to bringing you more Star Trek as the year progresses.
Woohoo! Thank you very much for joining us, and have a good day. Should I hit stop?
Yes.
Why am I interviewing this?
So you're the guest.
So Sasha, what is Star Trek?
Hi,
Next Generation?
I'm the guest.
So Sasha, what is Star Trek? We're only in the first season right now, so there's a lot that's coming down the line.
Seek us out at Next Generation's First Generation at iTunes, Google Play, and YouTube. Music credits include Soulful Version by Negritage, Electric Car by Poddington Bear. Music heard in this podcast can be found at freemusicarchive.org. Audio engineering by Sasha Shouties. Chief Meme Maker and episode cover credit goes to Matthew Kirshner. Logo and graphic art design credit goes to David Clawwitter. And special thanks to Patrick Delmore for working with other podcasts to make sure the good word gets out.
Do you have a podcast that you think people should be listening to? Send us your promos and we'll play them on the show. If you'd like to email the show, you can email us at nextgenfirstgenpod@gmail.com. I've been Patrick Delmore.
And this is Sascha Shouties. Thank you very much for listening and have a wonderful day.
Good night.
Daisy,
Daisy, give me your answer too. I'm half crazy, all for the love of you.
I could see you in a barbershop quartet.
Yeah, that would be
In
fun.
fact, that should be your Halloween costume this year. Barbershop.
Actually, that's a really good idea. I should tell Alex that.
Yeah, we get you one of those hats at costume display. It'll cost you a few bucks.
Yep.
And one of those red and white pinstripe shirts
I
and a bow tie.
can't afford a cabbage.
Oh my
Was
god.
it a pinstripe shirt?
Oh my
I thought
god.
it was a pinstripe vest.
Matt. Oh my god.
Yeah.
No.
Do you want to be part of a 3-part Halloween costume?
Well, I wasn't planning on doing anything for Halloween. But...
What about?
What's he gonna be?
What about? Because we got Alex, we got you, we got me, the Buddy Bears.
What?
Do you remember? You don't remember the Buddy Bears?
No.
Sasha, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, I do.
We are the Buddy Bears. We always get along. We are the Buddy Bears. Sing a little song. If you ever disagree, it means that you are wrong. Oh, we are the Buddy Bears. We always get along.
What's that from?
Garfield. I'm Billy Buddy Bear. I'm Buddy Bobby Bear.
That's funny because they don't actually get along a lot.
No, God, that's Garfield's whole thing. It's tricking them into getting into fights with one another.
Oh, wrong one! Wrong one!
Oh, God, you found something with bears, didn't you? Oops.
No, there's a big European thing.
Each day we do a little dance and sing a little song. If you